Jaguar ride-on. You guys even asked me a question about what percentage of what she says is accurate.
Yeah,
if you remember
said
that.
not very
Can you
much,
play
right?
the clip of Piers? Is this the clip with Jaguar or is this the apology?
Yes, so I have both. I have Jaguar rights accusations against Jay-Z and Beyonce, and then I have Piers Morgan
do that. Go for it,
apologizing.
Rob. Yeah.
Smalls Combs, who is Diddy's mother. And it came by her lawyer, Natalie Figures. It says this: I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. To bear witness what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he's had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Just first of all, your reaction to that statement from his mother.
That's exactly what I would expect the mother to say. You know, these allegations are shocking. These allegations are egregious. And that's why they have court systems, because we will ferret this out in the court system. We intend to prove our cases. Obviously, we're not going to prove our cases at a press conference. And, you know, with all due respect to her, you know, I've talked to these victims and I believe them. So that's exactly what I would expect his mother to say.
As the legal world zeroes in on Diddy's empire, the music mogul is caught in a storm of serious accusations that could lead to a lifetime behind bars. The fallout is severe, with celebrities steering clear of him, and the once invincible bad boy appears more isolated than ever. Surprisingly, his mother, Janice Combs, stood by him while others remained silent. But Piers Morgan wasn't buying it, and his response might have been the most brutal of all. Let's dig into what really went down. The list of allegations against Diddy is long and troubling, with many suggesting that victims, emboldened by his arrest, are now stepping forward. Houston attorney Tony Busby, representing several alleged victims, claims the dam broke once Diddy was taken into custody. Busby reported that after making his intention to pursue justice public, the calls came flooding in, over 12,000 within a day, including harrowing accounts of child abuse and violent assaults linked to Diddy.
I would expect there are many people out there right now who are desperately searching their memories as they delete their texts and data. Now, although these are in fact individual cases, there is a common theme, an MO, if you will. Typically, the victim is lured into a situation where he or she is given a drink. Typically, that drink, reported by these victims, is apparently laced with something. Once that drink takes effect, the perpetrators perform all kinds of sexual acts on the victims, many times passing him or her around as other people watch and enjoy the show, and then leave the victim ashamed, confused, injured, and wondering what happened. When the victim reaches out, he or she is told not to say anything. Sometimes there are threats of physical violence or financial repercussions or bodily harm. The claims we intend to bring will include the following: violent sexual assault or rape, sexual abuse, facilitated sex with a controlled substance, false imprisonment, compelling prostitution, sexual misconduct, dissemination of video recordings, false imprisonment, sexual abuse of minors. Given the large volume of cases, and given our other docket obligations, and given the fact that we want to be sure when we file these cases that they are fully vetted, I expect we'll start filing these cases against Sean Combs and other perpetrators within the next 30 days. Now, it's rare, sexual abuse, sexual exploitation, this type of activity is pervasive in our society, and it's rare we get a chance where we can really focus on this as a country and really focus on this about how pervasive this is and what we as collectively can do about it. So,
the accusations have only intensified, with over 120 new claims and counting. Busby took these allegations to Piers Morgan's platform, where he revealed disturbing details, including Diddy's alleged use of a memory-erasing drug called Liquid G on his victims. Busby emphasized that Diddy's arrest is just the tip of the iceberg and hinted that other big names might be involved. Despite the mounting evidence, Diddy's mother was vocal in her defense, saying, "I come to you as a mother, devastated by the lies against my son. It feels like a public lynching." While it's natural for a mother to stand by her child, the gravity of the accusations makes her stance controversial. Piers Morgan didn't mince words, dismissing her defense during his show to focus on the damning details surrounding Diddy's case.
Evicting her son before even hearing the evidence in the case. I really appreciate that comment you just made about that video. There was nothing in regards to that from what we've seen. As for what's ahead for Diddy, let's shift gears to that, because tomorrow he's going to be back in court, and there are new reports that there's a brand new judge who's going to be overseeing his case. So that could potentially mean another chance for a third request at bond. Remember, he's been before two different federal judges. Both of them denied him bond, both really on the same major grounds, that he could intimidate victims or witnesses, and they see him as a threat in that regard. So when he's due back in court tomorrow, let's talk a little bit about what we can expect. We don't have a trial date yet. What can we expect when he comes to court? Do you think we will see a request for a bond reduction or modification? Melba Pearson, let me go to you first on this, please. Legally, what do you think we're going to see?
Absolutely. I think the defense is going to try again to either reduce his bail or get some other conditions of release, maybe home confinement or something along those lines. I don't anticipate that it will be successful, again, based on the same arguments around intimidation, around safety to the community, around potentially being a flight risk but at the end of the day, he is well known and is very visible. So unless he gets plastic surgery, it's going to be kind of hard for him to disappear. But at the end of the day, the safety to the community as well as the intimidation aspect, I think, is going to, reign supreme, and he's not going to be able to be released. I believe there's probably going to be some scheduling discussions in terms of, depositions or, any outstanding discovery matters, anything along those lines, and maybe just kind of setting forth when a potential trial date might be, when a reasonable time to set a trial date might be.
That's a really good point, Melba. Thank you for that.
Interestingly, Piers recently found himself in hot water after airing claims about Jay-Z and Beyoncé's alleged connection to Diddy's activities. After backlash and legal pressure from the Carters' attorneys, Morgan was forced to issue a rare apology, proving even the outspoken host has limits.
But Adam, here's the thing. And again, it always sounds crazy and wild until it ain't, because, and who knows? She's not credible or lie detector test or whatever. What if she's right? What if all these things that she's seen, because she was a dominatrix. She said she used to work at these parties and tie guys up and whip them and everything like that. She was about that life. So when somebody that's about that life tells you about the life,
you giving her a lot of credibility?
I'm not. But Adam, where is she coming up with this stuff? She was at these places. She's seen it firsthand.
I'm not denying.
She was there.
As Diddy's circle remains tight-lipped, many are left wondering, who else might be entangled in this scandal? Is Diddy's empire about to crumble, or are we just seeing the beginning? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think might be the next to fall? And don't forget to subscribe to Celeb Titbits for the latest celebrity gossip.